And in one of the Four Side Fights episodes, Slime was the guest, and one of the guys said, "So it's a very loud podcast," and one of the guys says, "You know, I haven't been this mad since Aiden Calvin ran events, and he put Jigglypuff versus Samus on the on the side stations instead of Fox games."
That's so fucking funny.
So I want you to talk about that a little bit, because I, as someone who's way outside of Melee, I don't know what they're talking about at all.
This is actually
because Slime came to your defense.
Dude, this is so deep cut. I think
just give me.
If I had to guess, the person bringing this up is only. I think they're probably joking, because I think probably because the type of person. I'm imagining this is Chroma. I feel like this is Chroma, and Chroma is the type of person who wouldn't mind watching the set that I'm thinking of on stream. There's a tournament that I helped run a long time ago under Endgame TV's brand called Flatiron.
Okay.
And it was like Colorado's biggest Melee tournament. And a friend of mine at the time was the head TO, because he was a part of Endgame TV. And then I was doing a lot of the TOing, weekend of as well. And within that, you have to select matches that go on the stream, right?
Yeah.
And one of the matches I selected to put on was Cawmaster versus Hugs, which is Luigi versus Samus.
Okay.
The reason I put this on stream is if you love Melee, if you love the game, you'll know that Cawmaster and Hugs actually have a very interesting set history.
Okay.
And this is if you have that context, then this set is really exciting, because it hasn't happened in a long time, and they're both really old school players. And then
they're two characters that don't usually play each other.
No, definitely rarely, especially of that caliber on each side, right? And then off stream, one of the sets that was happening was Captain Smuckers, who's a really good Captain Falcon player, and SFAT. Keep in mind that Captain Smuckers has just won maybe his best tournament ever, which was a tournament I also ran called the Gang Hosts a Melee Tournament, which was in Philadelphia, and it was Always Sunny themed.
You're probably 5 for 5 on names right now.
Thank you.
You're
Appreciate that.
good on names.
So the Gang hosts
maybe
a Melee
not
tournament.
sets shown on stream, but definitely names.
Definitely tournaments. At the Gang hosts a Melee tournament, which we did a whole Always Sunny sketch as the trailer and shit like that, which is actually the first thing that Slime saw me in.
Okay.
And he told me years later, he was like, "I saw that. I thought you were funny," which I was like, "Oh, yes, Slime's approval." But that tournament happened, and Captain Smuckers, who is probably seated 8th at that event, and he was one of the better players in New York, runs it back from losers and wins the entire thing.
Okay.
He beats Zane twice to win that tournament in an amazing grand finals. People losing their fucking minds in the crowd. And it's a regional. But this tournament was insane because of his run. And so he's having a hot year, and he's playing off stream against SFAT. And Smuckers beats SFAT, I think, in in another amazing off stream set. And nobody gets to see it that's not at the tournament, right?
Yeah.
So there's a big Reddit thread complaining about the fact that Samus Luigi was on stream while this other amazing set happened off stream. By the way, if SFAT had won, I think at the time nobody would have fucking cared.
Yeah.
But because Smuckers won, people were like, "Dude, how come we didn't get to see this and we had to watch Puff Luigi?" And then I went into the Reddit thread and I typed a reply. And I basically explained that I not so eloquently told the people on Reddit that streams only lose money. I get to choose what I want to put on the stream.
Boom.
This is a gift to the audience.
Fuck yes.
Barely anybody is watching at this stage of the tournament anyway.
Love it.
Everybody, all of you are going to tune in and watch Top 8 anyway. This got downvoted to fucking oblivion. And everybody in the comments was so mad, dude.
Fuck them.
And you know what's so funny? To this day, I'm right. I know I'm right. I'm so unfathomably correct. It's not even. I didn't say it very politely, and in my old age, I would definitely word it differently. But people were mad at like the core of my argument, which they were just wrong about. They were like trying to tell me, the TO of the tournament series, all these things about like marketing and like the value of my 1,500 viewer like top 48 stream. I was like, dude, I have no sponsors. This event, this is the last version of this event. We knew we likely weren't going to do it again already.
Right.
It's like, I'm not doing, you can't tell me shit. But people were so mad. And this became this was a prolific or a big moment in within the like niche Melee Stats crowd, because I went on like the Melee Stats podcast, which Chroma is like adjacent to that group of people.
Okay.
And I talked about it a bunch at the time. Do you know who Pay Money Wubby is? By chance?
No.
He's like a really big streamer, very funny. Also a huge Melee fan, or at least was. And before Wubby was a famous streamer or YouTuber, there's a comment on that podcast from Wubby about like how good of an episode this is. It's very funny because he's like famous and successful like Ludwig is now. But you can find him like commenting on like a 1,000 view podcast I did about Melee in like 2017.
Yeah.
And that's where that came from. And then Chroma just remembers that whole debacle.
Dude, that's so funny.
Because I think I was pretty good about that stuff at the time. It's like, I'm going to stand my ground on this like dumb ass. It's like, I don't owe you guys anything. I spend a bunch of money to make this stream happen. I receive no financial benefit from it. It is the definition of a gift. And I am not obligated to serve.
You don't have to pay for it.
And you know what? They all did fucking tune in during Top 8. Because the viewership for Top 8 was like 15K during that tournament. I hang on to this because I think I'm actually very good at conceding, admitting I'm wrong, and being like, and taking in new information and being like, you know what? I fucked up.
Yes.
Or like, I'm sorry. Or you know what? This is the way it actually was and I made a mistake.
Right.
To this day, I'm fucking right about that. That's what that's about.
It's so good because I didn't know any of that, but as soon as he said it, he put this person on stream instead of this person on stream. I immediately went, Aiden's right, because as being in a tournament organizer role before, I put on stream the matches that no one else would ever see happen ever.
Yes.
And even if over here Scump is playing Clayster in round 1 of a tournament, I'm gonna put I'm gonna put Dr. Lupo playing Dr. Disrespect first round on stream 10 out of 10 times, because that'll never happen again.
Of course.
You'll see Scump and Clay play each other in 2 months.
They'll play all the time.
You'll never see the two doctors.
Hugo, you know what? Hugs and Commaster have not played since. I'll tell you that.